friends, I am Raju Sharma. Today I am going to talk about the angels' ways of support in our life. But before starting this video, I would like to kindly request all of you to like my channel and subscribe it. And angels' ways of support. Before starting this video, I would like to tell you what are the angels. Angels are highly spiritually vibrating beings which have the access to the many dimensions than the human beings, and they are very loving, they are more supportive, but we should know what types of messages, what types of signs the angels give us. Like in the Western world, people would talk about their archangels, guardian angels, and different other angels, like archangels like Gabriel or Michael, and these types of angels would give us the greatest message in our spiritual upliftment or our daily activities. If we are suffering in the different terms, like financially we are suffering or in the different other conditions, and if we can understand what types of ways, what types of symptoms and signs the angels give us to support, we can be really beneficial. But in the Indian subcontinent, the angels are said the great masters, the gurus or their istadevs, etc. So these spiritual beings, these loving masters really help us, really want to support us spiritually, financially and other different ways. But we have to understand what ways, what signs they really use, what types of methods they apply to help human beings. So today I would like to tell you the ways that the angels use and choose to support us. So let's go. So friends, angels' ways of support, to understand this in detail, so let's go from the first is sneeze. Sneeze is a way that the angels give indications to us whether something is to be done or not to be done. So for example, if you are thinking about any event or any individuals and you sneeze one time, maybe the angels is giving indications to you that work, that task should not be done, or that is not to be accepted as your project. But when you are thinking about something and somebody beside of you, somebody just nearby you, sneezes one time or twice, maybe the angels is giving ways of support through that sneeze. That project you can just launch, or you can go ahead in that project. So this is the way that the sneeze is one tool that the angels use to support us spiritually or materially. But you have to analyze on your own. So the patterns of sneeze, one time, two times, three times, and which side, the left, right, these all things to be very sensitively understood by you, assimilated by you. And the next is the dreams. While sleeping, the angels many times show us different types of dreams, like they are pulling us towards the mountains and you are just flying in the sky. So these are the dreams that the angels use to show us spiritually you are uplifted, or if you indulge into certain material projects, you will be getting success. This is the indications. Or for example, if you are about to fall from a mountains and you would have these types of dreams, maybe your angel is giving indications that project is harmful to you, you should not get involved into that types of project. So this is the way. And number 3 is the numbers. For example, the number 77, like you have got the different gadgets. Nowadays in modern times we use different gadgets. For example, some mobile. So when we are carrying our mobiles and we just recharge it, and you would see the recharge percentage, for example, 77. So that means the angel, you are just thinking one idea and you'd just see the number 77 in your mobile. That means maybe you have to just go ahead. That is a very good number, so you can involve with that project, you can just go ahead with that individuals. So this way the angels would show the numbers. And next is the 11 is to 11. So this is also next number that the angels love to use. Like 11 means it is just equal assimilations, equal frequency. And so if you are going to make any partnership with some individuals, and you'd see this types of number anywhere in the board, in your mobile, or in your book, for example, page number, this. So these numbers are used by the angels to show the correlations that the individual who is trying to work with you is good for you, so you can just go ahead. So this is the way. And then number 4 is text, like books. So you are just thinking about your problems, you are trying to solve your spiritual some queries or your some material problems, and you just turn your book, and in that book, if you read some pages, maybe the answer is there. So the angels use that book to show you their guidelines, their support, their indications about your projects. And the next is post of the social networks, like nowadays we use Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So while using this, angels automatically send some link or some correlative activities that some other individuals are doing. So that automatically would come to you, and by reading that status or by seeing these all pictures or videos, maybe you would have the solutions. So the angels would use even post of social networks or videos. And the next is our notebooks, that whatever we have recorded previously, so we turn all of a sudden and we find the solutions out there. And the next is the dream diary. Is in earlier videos I have already talked about the dream diary. So when we have the dreams in the night, so these dreams are sometimes, if these dreams are the super consciously dreams shown by our higher spiritual beings, higher angels, so through these dream diaries we can go and we can read and we can find the solutions, what are the indications that our angels are giving to us. And the next is synchronized call. So synchronicity, if we want to understand that angels and the angelic world, the spirituality and the higher dimensions, we have to be very aware, sensitively aware about the synchronized call. For example, I just love to say this way, like you are just thinking about one idea, or you are just thinking about somebody else, and all of a sudden that person calls, or somebody calls you to give certain information about that individual, that person. So this is called a synchronized call, synchronicity. So please try to be very sensitive and see the synchronicity, the connectivity of the different events and the different individuals. So through these ways, even the angels give us the signs, symptoms to support us spiritually or material. And the next is telepathic correlations. So too often what happens is we are thinking about some individual, some event or something. We are deeply engrossed with some of our problems, and at the same time somebody just calls or somebody just comes or something all of a sudden just happens, and within that individual, within that event, our problem solutions could be found. But to understand this, to grasp the solutions, to understand the message given by our angels, by our spiritual beings, by our masters, by our gurus, we have to be very subtle, we have to be very sensitive. Maybe for this we need to be deeply meditating and deeply chanting some mantras or deeply invocating our angels. Like in the Western world they would say the angels Michael or the Gabriel. In the Eastern world they would just call to Lord Shiva or Goddess Durga or other different their spiritual masters. So if we consistently invoke them, they would just give the solutions with these telepathic correlations. So friends, I have talked about these angels' ways to support us spiritually, materially, or in other dimensions. So they are higher beings, they are higher spiritually loving creatures. So we should not be fearing about them. We should have so much of deeper connectivity, deeper love and bonding with them. Then only they can really support us. So I hope this video is very useful for all of us. In upcoming days, I will be making this type of very wonderful and informative videos to you. Up to that, thank you so much. May God bless all of us. Thank you.